patch notes. Some of the most exciting updates during a year. And I know what you're thinking. Chev, what have you been smoking? We know you're Dutch, but dude, chill. Seriously though, think about changes like clue scroll puzzle slider step decreases, a patch of pyramid plunder, making the scepter less of a pain to obtain by increasing its drop rate and making it so that the actual doors all lead to pyramid plunder, or when they finally fixed that one mechanic or ability that interacted weirdly. Yet, if you scroll through patch notes over the last few months, and arguably years, it usually makes me go, sure, these are broken and need fixing, but why though? Like, is this really worth the dev time to fix? Sure, alking your cat is maybe not supposed to happen, but then again, it's also kind of funny. Or highwaymen getting a new look. I think most of you don't even know where they spawn, so why dedicate time to them in the first place? This all sounds very nitpicky, and I get it, but hear me out, alright? Because we might need polls in RuneScape 3. Plus, I don't just make this to complain, which to some it might sound like it, but I want RuneScape 3 to succeed. And if making a video, cosplaying Moaning Myrtle, and giving some constructive feedback is what I can do, then that just needs to happen. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We're still trying to get to 10k subscribers by the end of 2025. Please help me out. Trimcom series soon. Let's get into it. Just to be clear here, I'm not talking about them fixing game-breaking bugs. I'm talking about these small tweaks they do. Not just in the weekly patches, but patches like the one we got this current week. Summer patches, which sounds like a big patch note sweep up update to me, something I usually get very excited about. And by the way, this is the first proper update since 110 crafting nearly 3 weeks ago. So what kind of patches? Well, a menu option to toggle receiving strange rocks has been added to the museum curator. This should save navigating the dialogue options in order to get to the toggle. There's actually a toggle in the menus as well. Or fix an issue with a Waiko fisherman NPC whose fishing line appeared to be wrapped around the rod rather than into the water. As a result, the line itself has been removed to give the impression of fishing taking place. Don't get me wrong, there are also some tweaks to graphical bugs, some text changes and weird interactions, but seriously? Like, really? This is the big summer patch notes update? And don't worry, I'm not ignoring the drop table changes to bosses, which is next week, and overall more of the impactful update I'm talking about, as this is good for the longevity of the game. And I know they didn't announce this as the big summer patch update, but it kind of sounds like it if I just see it there, right? At least that's how I interpreted it. But on the topic of those smaller tweaks, does it really bother people that much? Like, how many people do interact with these on a daily basis? Maybe 100 at most. And then maybe a couple will even notice it, if they notice it at all. And I understand that some of these take no time at all to fix, but if you add the entire list of irrelevant patch notes, at least in my opinion they're irrelevant, together, you're looking at time to fix things that I think, and maybe you as well, would actually impact more players and the overall health of the game. Think about an irit seed being impossible to obtain at the relevant level. Like, seriously, go look at the drop table you're seeing on screen right now. An irit seed is supposed to be farmed at around level 50 herb lord, so you can make herbs out of it and make potions and stuff, but it's impossible to obtain. Like, there's no point. Well, you need farming for it as well, but I think it's like 42 farming. Or fixing the Calvite King's insane stuns that you don't have enough abilities for to deal with. These might not directly affect you or me, but let's be honest, that will at least make you read it and go, yeah, sure, I see how this actually improves the game. And maybe this is just that I play old school RuneScape a lot at the moment. Live every day, by the way, link in description. But every Wednesday, I open the patch notes full of excitement, and even if there's a smaller one, there are always tweaks in there that make me go, huh, that's a good fix. Might not apply to me, but I see the vision. Don't get me wrong, not all their patches are bangers either. They have to clean up stuff as well, but so much less than RuneScape 3, and it just sometimes baffles me that they're run by the same company. I think most of you watching care about the game just as much as I do, and could name things that truly need fixing within the game. One of my personal gripes, if you watch the yappers, is the terrible progression in RuneScape's mid-game. See if there are tweaks to be made there, with experience rate, methods being less painful, like scarabs, or actually making Herblore viable on an Ironman instead of having to lamp it. But that rarely happens, which I feel like is such a shame, as there are so many W's to be had by Jagex with these updates and quality of life fixes, but they just focus on chat fixes, fishermen, and creating new looks for highwaymen. Like, I get it, it's technically broken or could use a sprucing up, but this is not what makes me or others excited to either start a new account at some point to experience all these amazing changes, or make you tell your friends, like, who might not play anymore, but I think if your friend played around the release of Calvite King or just has interacted with Calvite King and you tell them about them changing the mechanics of the stuns, I think they would actually go like, hey dude, that's actually a really good fix. They're doing a great job. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to rant about it in a video. I know it's not really a conclusive thing, but maybe they should actually look at introducing polls into RuneScape. At least then we get fixes and tweaks that most of us actually want, instead of these irrelevant changes that I guess make sense on paper, but don't improve the overall health of the game. And by the sounds of it, with the MTX changes, with these drop table changes, it's something they're actually focusing on. So why not actually do that with patches and well? And I know most people, including myself to an extent, are kind of allergic to polls, but at least we will have a say in what will we get and get fixes that truly benefit us all. Because let's be honest, if you see a poll question of something that might not apply to you, right? Like, let's say a fix to the iron seeds. It's a great example. You might think like, oh, well, it doesn't really apply to me, but it doesn't hurt, and I guess there's a fix needed, so yeah, I will vote yes. And the other upside of it as well is that this might actually make Jagex change things that they might have not wanted to in the first place, because it either passed the poll or didn't pass the poll, so they need to make a different change to it. This obviously has its downsides as well, as gamers are not game developers. But yet again, point in case, when it comes to quality of life fixes in old school RuneScape, they rarely miss. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. My name's Chevalric, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.